Hello everybody, it's Don Splash back with part 10 of the Chronological UK Bluray Steelbook review, and I was supposed to start this almost half an hour ago with a bit of a rant about the fact that I was going to do this morning, but I've been waiting for the postman to show up first so I wouldn't get interrupted, and finally shows up at 3:15. Still a little bit worried about some of my posts though. I mean, over Christmas it was fine, but now I've been having stuff take ages to arrive. Today I got some stuff that was sent last Monday, so it took a week. But then other items can take even less time. I'm still waiting for my Adjustment Bureau Steelbook from Zaddy, which I ordered on the 2nd of January. It took them 4 days to post it, and a week later I had 4 other Steelbooks from them, but not that one, so I'm not sure what's going on there. But I did get 2 new Steelbooks today, but I'm going to do a video for them in a couple of days when I get Riddick. I'm going to do a video for all 3. So for now, we're going to concentrate on the... something goes through the door. It's probably more post. I'm going to concentrate now on Steelbooks 181 through to 200. So we're going to finish off the little Sony way from last time, which was Play exclusive releases, which aren't exclusive anymore, obviously. And that is Zombieland. It's a bit darker today. Hope this is okay. Looks very orange on the front, but hope that's alright. So yeah, this is a really nice release from Sony. I really like the back with some of the rules of that they go through in the film, and a really nice cover. The German version, which is black, was worth quite a lot of money at one point. This is getting a re-release with a black cover, but it doesn't look quite as nice as this, and I think it has some ratings, spread ratings on the front. When I say ratings, I don't mean, you know, BBFC ratings, I mean from like Nuts and Daily Sport or whatever. So yeah, here's the disc. A really fun comedy film, this one, and nice inside artwork too. The Fairground. This one's still available, I think. I'm sure I've seen it about. It's just out of print, but I'm sure I've seen it somewhere. It may be out of print now, but it's again one of those that you're not exactly going to be forced to pay a massive amount for anytime soon. And with the re-release coming out, you can always pick up the re-release. Although, as I say, it probably won't be as nice. Shove that over there. So now we continue on to the next week, and first up we have another Play exclusive, and that is GoldenEye. Actually, this is from the same week. I apologise. Actually, 2 of these are both from the same week. What am I doing? Yeah, we're going to start with GoldenEye. This is from the same week, 10th of December, and this one was a competition winner. Player.com announced they were going to do a Bond Steelbook, and whichever film got the most votes, they would do a Steelbook for. GoldenEye won, and here it is. It's got a nice debossed GoldenEye title. This is the only old Bond film we got as a Steelbook. Obviously, there's also Skyfall, which we'll get to in the next episode. But yeah, I know a lot of people would like them all as Steelbooks. Personally speaking, I'd rather keep the Bond 50 set that I've got, because even though it's retained its value pretty well, I know fine well it would cost me a lot of money, a lot more money, to buy 20 odd Blu-ray Steelbooks individually than just having that set. So there's the Blu-ray disc and the DVD as well. It was a double play release from MGM, and there's Pierce Brosnan inside with a gun. It's a nice little Steelbook, but as I say, I wouldn't really like to have them all in this fashion, just because of the price really. Unless they said, oh, we're going to do all 20 for 100 quid, then fair enough, or 23, would actually no, it'd be 21 that they need to do. So yeah, nice stuff, and a nice one-off for me personally. So yeah, also on the 10th of December we got the Expendables 2. This was a Play exclusive, I think. H&B exclusive, sorry. Mine's all over the place at the moment. Yeah, H&B exclusive, and it's got a really cool skull there with a sort of mohawk, but it's sort of, there's all the guns and knives and stuff like that. Cool skull on the back as well. Nice artwork, just like the first one. Although I think that one had a back, a printed back. No inside artwork, unfortunately. Lionsgate, where they ever learn. But yeah, there's the Blu-ray and DVD discs. Good stuff. Although I preferred the Expendables 1. But yeah, really, really nice stuff there. This is still available. Again, quite a lot of HMVs have there, quite a lot of CXs have that HMV exclusive. Now we got into the following week, and this is the 17th of December, and all of these I'm showing now, there's 4 of them are Play exclusives. It's again a little Paramount wave. First up we have Cloverfield, and all of these are out of print. Cloverfield did get a DVD steelbook release many years earlier from HMV, absolutely identical to this. I say identical, it's the same basic thing. Here we have the embossed title, embossed border of sorts, and some other embossing here as well, debossing, and it's also the same on the back. Unfortunately, it does make it a bit flimsy. It's not as durable as the DVD one was, and also the DVD steelbook had a little bit more embossing and debossing on it. I think it was a bit glossier as well. I actually prefer the DVD one, but everyone has their own preferences, of course. Some nice inside artwork there, and then the disc, which I always think is funny because it's all scratched up, and you wonder, is that a really bad disc that you've gotten? But no, it's supposed to be like that. So I used to have the Armory, and it's the same. So now we move on to the other 3 from Paramount the same day. Again, these are all Play exclusives. These were all £11, I think. We have Mission Impossible, Tom Cruise on the front again, and we're going to see plenty of them in this video. Again, embossed title and border, very nice release, matte finish. On the back there we have some nice artwork too. Oh, still got a bit of a cover, been bad over the weekend. There's the disc there, and then some classic inside artwork as well. Very good stuff, and so these are out of print, but a lot of secondary sellers are still selling them for decent prices, so you can still pick them up fairly cheap. And of course, we couldn't have Mission Impossible 1 without Mission Impossible 2, or MI2 as it was also called, and basically pretty much the same steelbook. But I really like the fact that all these 3 match, and yes, you can probably guess what's coming next. There's the disc there for MI2, and then we have, to round it out, Mission Impossible 3. Ooh, drop it, why don't you? Again, a really nice cover. Tom Cruise must get some sort of deal to be on the front of all steelbooks. Well, indeed, it's probably all Armories in general as well. There's the disc. Unfortunately, it's only the single disc edition. But someone mentioned one of my other videos for another release that was only 1 disc, and they wanted a 2-disc edition. Mission Impossible 3 2-disc Armory. I think it's £2.50 or £3.50. One of the 2 on CX at the moment. So if you have a local CX, you can pick it up from there. About £2.50, £3.50, something like that. If you just want the bonus disc. So that was the 17th of December 2012. And then the following week we had 2 more. Right before, well, one just before Christmas and one after. On Christmas Eve, we got the release of Rise of the Foot Soldier, which is an older film, but this was a newer version with more minutes added, like a director's cut, if you like. There's the back, and there's the side, there's the back there. It's just a matte finish, but it's a nice bullet holes. Shame they're not embossed or like debossed holes, but we'll get to see that very soon in another steelbook, in about 2 steelbooks time in fact. So there's a Rise of the Foot Soldier, which is still available, and here's the new Blu-ray there. It's the Extreme Extended Edition. There's also the DVD version as well, and there is some inside artwork, I think, but it's virtually non-existent, isn't it? Or is it just black? No, it's just black. Get my mistake. It's a reflection of what's behind me, I'm seeing. But yeah, that's from Studio Canal, and that's still available for about 10 quid, I think, probably even less actually. But I remember actually I bought this from HMV in store, since I was in store at the time, and so I figured why not pick it up while I'm there. So the other release, the very last release of 2012, which came out on Boxing Day, but again, just like this year's Elysium, I got this early. This was an HMV exclusive of Total Recall. This is one of the last HMV exclusives for a while. There is another one in this video, but at this point HMV was starting to wind up as an online company. Nice glossy steelbook release here. Nice back artwork as well. This is the remake. We've already seen the original in another release. God of War advert there for some reason. Oh, and also on the other side, The Last of Us coming soon. Took quite a while to come out, I think. This was in December. So here we have the Blu-ray disc, the film, and also the special features disc as well, I think it is. Either that or it's two versions. Might be two versions of the movie. I'm not sure. I think it's extras. Nice inside artwork there as well. But again, this one is still available. And nice release, but nothing too amazing. So that's 2012 done. Now, it's funny because I say we're in our 10th video. We started 2012. As I scroll back through to see how long ago that was. We started off 2012 way back with a 2-lane blacktop, which was on the 23rd of January. That was Steelbook 64. So that would have been in the 4th video we did. And now we're in our 10th video. That's the end of 2012. Now we start 2013, which will continue on for another 8 videos, I believe. But the very first Steelbook of 2013 was this beauty from Play.com. It was the last Play.com exclusive, Lawless. And yeah, this was a really nice release. We've got the debossed bullet holes there on the front. Nice artwork as well, matte finish. And on the back, loads of debossed bullet holes there. Really cool stuff. This one didn't take long to sell out. I think it came back later, but it is gone now. But again, it's not hugely over the original price. I can't remember now exactly how much it was when it first came out. I think it was £15. But yeah, really cool stuff, really nice Steelbook, and a good way for Play to basically end things on. So now we have, that was on the 14th of January, by the way. The following week, we had one Steelbook which was an online exclusive. Now, I did mention about how it was Lawless was the last Play exclusive. The Wheelie was sold by Play, but also Amazon. They were the only two that sold it. And it's still available now. It's available everywhere else now, but at the time it was only available from them 2 stores. And I think people wondered why that was. I'm not entirely sure. It's, to be honest, a pretty blank Steelbook. It's just got the imprint there of Ray Winston and the bloke from Plan B on the front there. It's got a nice embossed title and border. And the back, just a little overview of, I'm guessing that's London, I'm not sure. I think it is. And then inside we have no inside artwork. And there's the disc there from E1. E1 have gotten a lot better with their releases. But yeah, this was about, I think I remember it was like over 20 quid as well when it first came out. Really expensive. Now you can pick it up for about £10. But I do remember them dropping the price Play.com after I bought it, and they refunded me 3 quid. But they ended up refunding me twice. So I think I ended up paying somewhere around £15 for it, but even so, I overpaid really compared to other people. But that's the way it goes. You never can tell, you know, what's going to happen with these, whether they're going to sell out quickly or not. Now we move on to the end of January the 28th, and here we have a sort of another record. It would have been a record-breaking day. There was originally going to be 15 Steelbooks out on this day, but 3 of them were then not released, and are still scheduled for release at some point, but I don't think they're ever going to come. First, we're going to look at the 2 that aren't part of the main wave of 10. So here we have Looper. Now, Looper was supposed to be an HMV exclusive, but you know, this was a very bleak time as well, by the way, early 2013. This was supposed to be an HMV exclusive. It didn't become one because, of course, the HMV company went into administration, the site went down, and so everyone wondered what was going to go on. And in the end, it just ended up being sold everywhere, and it still is to this day, I think. Yeah, it's a nice Steelbook. Interesting cover art there, so nice artwork. But yeah, this was supposed to be HMV exclusive and wasn't. Here we have, again, it was E1, so there's no inside artwork. Yeah, cool front artwork anyway. As it's still available to this day. And the second one we have was an HMV exclusive, which did come out. This was originally was supposed to come out earlier, and then what happened was it did get released in stores, and I remember a lot of people were scrambling to get this, myself included. Resident Evil Retribution, lovely glossy steelbook here, beautiful artwork, and yeah, it was only available in store. This is the first of a few now HMV exclusives that are only sold in store. These have never been sold elsewhere either. That's a code that I've already used, I think. Resident Evil Retribution disc, and really nice artwork. I've actually got the 3D edition of this as well. German steelbook, 3D Bluray Steelbook. But yeah, this one, you know, did go for crazy prices when it first came out. About 40 quid, I remember. I mean, I luckily I got a guy who bought it for me, sold it on to me. I only had to pay the postage and the price of the item, but I still paid 20 quid. It's probably less than that now on eBay, but it should be noted now. It happened here with Resident Evil Retribution. It's happened with Red 2 and the Wolverine, and also Live Free or Die Hard. And it's going to happen with Riddick, which is out today. A friend of mine has just posted it off to me, so hopefully, fingers crossed, the other two will be here. As soon as they are released, the eBay prices are ridiculous, because some people can't get to an HMV, and so they start to jump up in price, and you see them at 40, 50 quid, but eventually they come down. The only reason that this one didn't at the start is because a lot of people thought, oh, there's only going to be 4,000 or something like that. As we know now, HMV is such a big company, their print runs are at least 10,000. There's going to be plenty available, plenty about, so you don't have to worry and panic on any HMV exclusive just because it's sold in store only. The first week or two, people will go crazy for it. I saw it happen with Wolverine. I just looked this week, people were selling them for £15. Alright, so that's less than I paid. Now, I always, because I'm in the way of collecting and I want to get them straight away, I will pay whatever the price is, the RRP plus postage, to get it to me from a friend. But I would never buy it overpriced on eBay. But my advice to anyone who is wanting to get an HMV exclusive and doesn't live anywhere near an HMV, don't panic. Don't panic. It will be reduced. It's just a case of when. And I'll talk a bit more about that when we get to Die Hard in a later video. But yeah, there was some very interesting stuff about that one when it came out. And it's £5 now, so we'll talk about that later. But yeah, really lovely steelbook this, but it's probably about £10-15 now, but it's really nice. You should definitely get it if you haven't got it. So now we're going to move on to the Wave from Warner. Now, we'd already had a Wave in the previous year, the Premium Collection, which came out in November, of which 1 is out of print out of 12. Here we had 13 announced, but then 3 of them were not released for whatever reason. Those 3, which are still on the list of to come, but I know they're never going to probably come. Rebel Without a Cause, Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf, and I always forget the third one. Who is it? Oh, Kelly's Heroes. That's the third one, Kelly's Heroes. So they were also announced along with these 10. Because obviously I'm only showing 20 at a time here, there's only 7 in this video, while the other 3 will follow in the next video. But first up we have this from this Warner Classic Wave is Ben-Hur, and all of these steelbooks are awesome. They all follow the same pattern. They all have original poster style artwork on the front. They're all identical in that way. They all have ultraviolet copies as well, and they do a really good job with these. None of them are out of print though, because again, these are the sort of films that, unless you're really into the older films, you're not going to find people in their droves buying them. Which is a shame, because they're really nice, and these are true classics. You won't find a duff film in this, in this wave. So yes, Ben-Hur, a film that I loved so much as a kid. Yes, it is a very long movie, but I watched it when I was a kid on video. In fact, I think I had to watch it over 2 days because it was getting late. My dad said, "Okay, watch the second half tomorrow." But just iconic movie. This is the 2-disc edition here, 2 Blu-rays. I do actually still have the 3-disc Blu-ray set with a nice slipcase that was originally released, which I didn't want to give up because it only has the extra disc in it. But yeah, just such a lovely steelbook to have. I fully recommend it, and all of these titles now can be bought pretty cheap. I actually bought half of these on release for about £15. The others I bought for £7 when Play were ending their own sales, you know, their own releases. So on average I paid about a tenner each, roughly, which is where they are now, so it's not bad. There might even be £9 some of them, but yeah, this is definitely one of the better ones. And I should mention as well, these are stickers, they do come off. I just, for whatever reason, sometimes I just don't like to take them off. I guess it makes it a UK release then, rather than it could be from anywhere. So these are just in alphabetical order, the first 7. We have Casablanca here. Again, a classic poster style cover. I remember a friend of my family had that poster. I remember always looking at it when I was younger, wondering what it was all about. Really nice classic artwork here as well. So these are all the same. There's no embossing or debossing. They're not glossy, they're matte finish, but they do look really, really classy. Classic and classy are definitely the 2 words that I would say for all of these steelbooks. So there's Casablanca. The third one is Dr. Zhivago. So yeah, there's again not really a lot to talk about on these releases. They all come with ultraviolet cords, which is nice, you know. So you have that backup. Here we see on this disc it does say number 1 on it. So again, I think they've only given us disc 1 of the 2-disc Amaray edition. It's always a shame when the companies do this, but you know, they want you to double dip. It's all about making money, isn't it? Here's another awesome poster artwork here for Gone with the Wind. Just really good stuff on all of these. So we're going to finish off this wave in the next video with the last 3. Again, disc 1, a bit disappointing, but that's where it goes. There's a nice Canadian release of this steelbook as well, but I actually prefer this one by quite some distance, just for the classic artwork. Next up we have Grand Hotel, Greta Garbo, and again they've always got this nice shine to them as well. You know, although they are matte finished, they do have a nice look to them in the light. Again, ooh, don't put the same disc artwork on the inside artwork. We saw that with Ted. It's a pet peeve of mine, but I'll let them off here. And we've got 2 more to show. Al Jolson is the jazz singer. Now I remember actually, I've never seen this film, but I do remember when I was a kid, my dad was a huge fan of Al Jolson, and I would listen to his tapes all the time. Yes, tapes, cassette tapes, I'm that old. And also he had a lot of videotapes of Al Jolson movies, also the Al Jolson Story. And I remember watching the Al Jolson Story as a kid. So yeah, it was really cool. And the last one today, which is number 200 in the list, the Maltese Falcon. Again, there's another book that I read as a kid, just like Ben-Hur, and just, you know, I thought it was awesome, and was really interested in seeing the film. It's been a long, long time since I've seen this film. In fact, I've never seen this on DVD or video or Blu-ray. I should really get around to watching it. I watched this on TV a long, long time ago. But I think it's time for a revisit, definitely. Really, really cool stuff. So that'll do it for this video. I'll be back tomorrow with the last ones from this wave, which are North by Northwest, Streetcar Named Desire, and The Treasures of the Sierra Madre. And we'll continue on through 2013, going on to number 220, which is Scanners, from the 8th of April. So that'll do it for this video. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you again very soon. And there'll also be a Blu-ray Steelbook update, a regular Blu-ray Steelbook update in a few days. So until then, thanks again for watching, and I'll see you again soon.